Hey everybody, it's me, Lady Ferris. I'm here with not a reaction video, but rather a thank you video. So recently I've surpassed the 300 subscriber mark, and honestly I'm blown away. I always say that I'm like blown away, but I really didn't think that anyone would care about what I had to say or what I thought about any of the videos that I've created so far. But so many of you have been so incredibly sweet and astoundingly nice to me and supportive. There's been a big, huge influx of support and love from you guys to me, and I couldn't feel happier, I guess I could say. I never thought I would get this far. Of course, there are a few who complain about my videos being overly long and, that my videos are trash. But, hey, you keep giving me those views, man. By all means, keep giving me those views. If typing that hate message while watching my video is what gets you to do that, more for me. I mean, hey, I'm not over here crying in this little corner, so thank you for the views to all my haters too. There's not a lot of them, but the few that do, thank you for the views. So, knowing that I tend to go off topic and go a little all over the place when I'm doing these kinds of videos, I decided to actually write out a whole little outline of what I wanted to do. So I'll just flash it real quick. See? Like, crap. Boom! So I didn't want to keep going off and saying the same thing over and over again, so I gave myself a little outline. I didn't want this video to be a complete dumpster fire, as 2020 has been. Anyway, so besides thanking my followers, I also wanted to thank, the creators, the rappers, the people who make these videos overall, because without them, I wouldn't even be where I'm at today. So I want to thank Daddy Fat Snaps, Rustage, Game Boy Jones, all the incredible creators who I've reacted to, Divide Music, and Not Like Joshua, and so on and so forth, and especially to ERB. You guys seem to really like my ERBs, so I'm definitely going to keep up with those. And another thing that I wanted to do was, I wasn't sure what you guys wanted me to do past this 300 mark. I don't think I'm going to change a lot of things, at least not for now. I think once I get the 500 mark, I was thinking of, playing video games live on Twitch while answering questions, but that's after I hit 500 followers. So, if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section below. I was thinking of also re-reacting to some of the raps that I have already reacted to, but that I didn't quite know too much about. For example, I reacted to the Avatar rap from DPS, and although I did do some of my research and I knew somewhat what it was about, I realized that it's an entirely different experience when you've actually seen the show. So I just recently finished Avatar, the entire show overall. I'm actually going to move on to Legend of Korra. And although I haven't seen a lot of Legend of Korra raps out there, there's been some, like Master of the Elements. And but right now I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, and I see what you guys mean when certain songs and certain verses really get to you guys, because that's what happens to me when I see a My Hero Academia rap. So for me, it's deeply important that I know you guys' happy place, I guess. I understand what you mean when you guys say, oh my god, that really touched me, because you've seen and lived the shows. So to see the raps come to life and have it hit you like that, I think that it's important for me to be a part of that and be able to acknowledge that for you guys. So I'm almost done with season 1 of Hunter x Hunter. So far, I have 2 favorite characters that I absolutely love, and I don't know why I always go with the creepy guys, man. Killua, definitely Killua, and Hisoka. Now, I know it's probably basic as shit to be liking them specifically, although, you know, Leorio is... he's alright. I guess he'll evolve later on in the story. And Kurapika is amazing. Great character. And I see what you guys mean when you say, oh, Gon was he was such a smiley, happy-go-lucky kid. Because yes, he was a happy-go-lucky kid, and he continued to persevere despite everything. He never gave up, and that I can understand. Now, when I see the Gon rap, and although I did my research, it hits entirely different. So, you know, maybe I can react to certain videos. If you guys are interested in that, by all means, let me know. Another thing I wanted to do is, you know, I wanted to do a top 10 list in this case, because last time I just kind of went off on a thank you rant and that was it. But this time I think, like, you guys would, I don't know if you guys are interested in some of the stuff that, you know, that I like, or get to know a little bit more about me. So I decided to do a top 10 list of my favorite anime shows, and there's, you know, I'm gonna do it the Watch Mojo style. Okay, so this is in no discernible order actually, but I'll tell you why these are my top 10. And also nudge nudge, wink wink to those creators if they see my video at all. This is basically what I would like to see a rap about. Some of these animes are kind of old, but some of them are not. They're more recent. So, you know, maybe do a rap about them, because I would love that shit. Oh my god. Okay, and I have honorable mentions. I told you, I'm doing it the Watch Mojo style. Anyway, my first one that I would like to say is Trinity Blood. This is it starts off really, really slow. So if you've ever seen Trinity Blood, it's a pretty obscure kind of anime. Some of these animes that I'm going to be mentioning are not really well known like that, but this one was actually brought to my attention by my husband. He brought it, he actually bought the entire DVD case of Trinity Blood while he was in the army. Yes, he's an army vet. So, and he just kind of liked the cover and liked the way that it was drawn. But it starts off slow, but as you get more drawn into the story, it is so good. And the little sister, okay, that comes in the story reminds me a lot of Toph, so from Avatar. So, you know, I just really love that show, and it's got a really good dynamic between siblings and what it means to hate each other and love each other and all these things. And the show did actually end up being incomplete because I think the creator died, which RIP to the creator. Sorry, my thing is like slipping. Anyway, but you know, the show was fantastic all on its own. So if you guys see this, maybe we can, you know, I would like to see a continuation of the show, or even a rap about the show if you've ever seen the show, you know. So it's a pretty good show. So again, Trinity Blood. The second one, Avatar. Definitely Avatar. It's quickly become my favorite. I know it's supposed to be a kid show, but it really didn't feel kid-like to me. It delved into parts about, you know, sexism and classism and all these things that are pretty grown up conversations, but, and I know it's not considered, some people don't consider it an anime. I personally do. The way that it's drawn, to me, it's an anime. It's a fantastic show overall. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, so, you know, and I've seen a lot of raps about this one for good reason. But, you know, that is my second choice, I guess. My third choice is Inuyasha. So, quick story, Inuyasha, I discovered it through Adult Swim. I have really bad insomnia, so I decided to stay up, and I had a TV in my room at the time. And I was just flipping through channels, I think it was past midnight or something like that, and I happened to stumble upon this show. You guys, I made an effort to not go to bed until I saw the show every night. That show was so good. Kagome drives me a little nuts sometimes. She can be a little childish, but so is Inuyasha. But it was just an amazing show overall. A little overly long, but otherwise really good show. Another show that I haven't seen a lot of music or a lot of raps or anything like that from, not really a lot, is Sword Art Online. So Kirito and Asuna, or as I like to call them, Kiritsuna. They are my favorite couple. It is probably one of the healthiest relationships ever seen on screen and on an anime. And I have never been so happy to be shown that anime. Actually, my husband got me into that anime as well. And oh my god, you guys, I was like, when's the next episode? Are we gonna watch the next episode? Can we go to the next episode? And I was like obsessed with it for a long time. I'm still a little obsessed with it, but you know, My Hero Academia is kind of snuggling its way in there along with Avatar. So yeah, Sword Art Online. The next one is actually 2-in-1 because I just couldn't choose which one I liked best. So there's a series called the Fate series. The one that I prefer is the Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero. Well, Fate Zero comes before Stay Night. And Fate Zero is a fantastic beginning to a story. You guys, I'm not good with like synopsis and stuff, but you know, Google the names, so that's how you'll get it. But it is so beautifully done. They basically have characters from history and put them all in an area where they all have to fight each other in order to get this, I guess, this cup, this goblet that grants whatever wish you want. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like the Dragon Balls, but except instead of balls, it's like a goblet that you have to fight for, you know, and it's a fight to the death between, you know, the historical characters, versus, you know, all these things. And I've been so pleased because when it started with Fate Zero, right? And it kind of links into Fate Stay Night. There is one particular character that I don't think I've ever done this, but I actually cheered for his death. My husband and I, we stood up and we went, and you'd think this was Super Bowl night in my house. So yeah, I mean, Gilgamesh he's such a pain in the ass in those two, in Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. Oh my god, I hate them. You know, I hate him so much in that series, but he's like the best evil guy ever written. I was in love with that show. So, again, Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. So, we're getting close to the end, guys. All right, the next one would be Food Wars. Now, a lot of you may say, that's not really a perverted show. You haven't seen perverted until... Yes, I know. I've seen a few shows that have been a little perverted. For example, what was it? oh god, there was one with the witch, with a witch or something like that. They had little scantily clad outfits and stuff like that. I could never get into that show. I'm sorry, guys. If you love it, I'm sorry. But Food Wars, if you have gratuitous moaning coupled with, you know, basically just the person having like a climax, a naked climax with food all over them, that's freaking perverted to me. Okay, I'm sorry. That is just so perverted to me. Like, even the guy, there was one episode where it was honey that was used in the ingredients, and as you're taking a bite, or the character is taking a bite, the person is like washed with honey, and it just looked really like pornographic in a way. But it's actually a pretty funny show, and it was really interesting, and the food looks so delicious. I'm always so hungry when I watch that freaking show. So definitely Food Wars. The next one would be Demon Slayer. Holy shit. Quickly became one of my favorite shows. As you probably know already, I love the shit out of Zenitsu. The story of you know, Tanjiro and Nezuko, and how everything evolved is just so really well done, and it's all done in feudal Japan, so it's like, what? Well, not feudal Japan. It is and it isn't. Like, I don't know when exactly to place it. I think 1920s Japan, you know, but that's where I would place it. The next one, obviously, My Hero Academia. I don't think I really need to say very much about this show, but this show is just like, fangirling intensifies. Okay. The next show that I would like to say is Hunter x Hunter. Now I'm like 5 episodes away from the ending, and I'm already in love. That is such a well done show, and it doesn't feel like it has to explain every little detail, because I'm not an idiot. Some shows, they kind of like help you along, and then they make you feel like you're like they enable you to be idiotic. Not this one. You have to be a little bit, you know, they don't divulge everything all in one go, which I love. And you know, like, for example, what the fuck is up with, you know, Gon's dad? Where the fuck is he? You know, and but I'm sure you'll see it. You'll see the progression as the story goes along. So, you know, I just love all the characters. They're all very quintessentially themselves, and they're all really strong in their own way, and I really love that. So, Hunter x Hunter. Last show on my top 10 list, okay, is actually High School of the Dead. You guys, I've never seen a zombie anime show, but holy shit, that one was so good, and also extremely perverted. They had gratuitous shots of boobs and privates, and just like your butts and everything, and one of the girls had like a wet dream, and it was such a good show. I personally loved it. So now we're going on to the honorable mentions. Oh, and I wanted to mention about High School of the Dead. They drew those zombies so well. It is a lot of these shows have different arts, but they're all well done, like well artistically done. But you know, High School of the Dead really, really surprised me. It kept me at the edge of my seat. I wanted to do all these other things, like, come on, move, you know, like I would get so worked up with that show. I'm kind of sad that it never continued, but it was one of my favorite shows, definitely. Now I can definitely move on. Now we're talking about honorable mentions. The next show I would like to mention specifically is Rurouni Kenshin. See, this is Kenshin. I actually haven't seen too much of the show. I've seen the live action movies, and holy shit, I am on board. I don't know if you guys have seen the actual movies. They're on Funimation. They are super well done. They are so fantastic. They are so well done. They picked the perfect actor to be Kenshin, and it was so well done overall. So Rurouni Kenshin is on my honorable mentions. The next one has a very special place in my tiny little heart. Yeah, Grinch here. Digimon. But Digimon season 1 and 2. That's the one that I grew up with, and that's the one that I fought my brother over for the television for. I literally would lose my shit and I'll be like, I'm gonna watch Digimon, fuck off! So yes, Digimon was a huge thing in my young life. So yeah, Digimon season 1 and 2. The next one is The Devil is a Part-Timer. Why I say this one's an honorable mention is just because I didn't watch too much of it, but what I did see, I only liked a few characters, not all of them, just because some of them were just so tiresome. Like the girl with the red hair, she just drove me fucking insane. But I do like the premise of the show, and I like the guy that is basically the devil's right-hand man. I think for me, he makes the whole show happen. For me, he's so funny. I know he's a comedic character, but I adore him. Protect him at all cost. The next one is Cells at Work. Now, I never knew human anatomy could actually be turned into an anime, and a really cool one at that. Which I was like, are you serious? You turned this into a cool anime? Like, it was super interesting. I've only seen like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but I'm going to get into it, you guys, because I really loved it so much. So that's why it's an honorable mention. I haven't really seen too much of it. And the next one is Voltron. The last honorable mention, Voltron. Fantastic show. I saw it from beginning to end. But then the last season I went, it just went. So, fantastic show. Voltron, the now version, So, that's the one. Like, just the last season, I was like, fucking why? Why? Listen, I love Lance, okay? I love him, but did he really deserve to be with, the princess? Not really. I don't think so. I think she was too much for him. I'm sorry. It's not even that it's power dynamic. It's just that it was just, it didn't feel organic. Like the last season felt forced more than anything. Not just the character pairings, but just overall the storyline felt a little forced. And so that's why it's an honorable mention, because I really did enjoy the beginning, but then it just got progressively worse as the seasons went on, especially the last season. Holy shit. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. And again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my videos. Thank you for commenting, for liking my videos, and giving me all that support. If you like this video, or if you would like to suggest things that I could do, by all means, do so in the comment section below. Besides, and I mean suggesting things that I can do in the future, not like videos within the next 10 days, because I already have a plan of what I'm going to do for the next month. But, if you guys want to see anything about me, like for example, reacting to videos or anything like that, by all means, let me know if you're into that. If you want me to see me play video games, by all means. If you want me to react to different videos overall, like, just clips from episodes from different shows, that too, doesn't matter. I'm open to anything, really. I'm really open to any suggestion. But again, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for giving me all your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.